Now it's my pleasure to call on a leader in finance in Africa. He's a powerhouse of M&As and large capital raises. Miguel Acevedo, who is the Vice Chair of Corporate Investment Banking at Citigroup. Please feel free to stay in your seat and make remarks.
Thank you, Aubrey. Madame Premier Ministre, dear ministers, I'll just make a very short comment around what I'm lucky to consider my job, which is to bring together global investors and African opportunities. Global investors are long on capital and they are short on opportunities. Africa is typically short on capital and very long on opportunities. If we can bring these two worlds together, we will create prosperity, as was addressed before me. However, when we are doing this job, our biggest enemy is always wrong perception of risk in Africa. People do not know how to price risk, how to evaluate risk, and when ignorant, you do nothing. So that's really the job of people like myself, and I'm lucky enough to work at Citi, which has offices around Africa and gives us access to these opportunities. Typically, one of the best things a government can do to engage investors around the world is to provide more information, and the government of DRC has done that through the rating program, which has been very successful. Rating agencies write about DRC, and that's the very first step. What I think would be very helpful in the future is to engage directly investors, global institutional investors. That will complement investors like Rendeavor and Ilios Towers that we have heard here today that are doing the job of investing directly, but having access to the global markets is where you can turbo propel the engine of growth. And right now we see a lot of interest around DRC. We have investors coming to us asking, what can we do? How can we put our money to work in DRC? And so my final comment would be to encourage the government of DRC to engage with global investors